This is a message for those who aren't coping right now in this moment. Whatever it is that you're not coping with, it might be something trivial, it might be something big. You just feel like you're struggling to cope right now in this moment. So this is a message for you. I hope it resonates. If it doesn't, don't blame me. It's just not your reading if it doesn't resonate. Alrighty, a message for those who aren't coping right now. Maybe some of you are just uncomfortable by something or are bothered by something. There seems to be, okay, so the Devil, the Sun, the Four of Swords. Okay. Some of you may logically be able to determine, and some of you may logically be able to know that it's not as intense as it feels in your body right now. Some of you have this awareness that it is like a nervous system dysregulation thing. Okay, so that's your biggest clue here. Nervous system dysregulation. Okay, the issue itself. Okay, so focusing on regulating your nervous system in this moment, we'll get to there. But it's like Spirit is saying, that is the key to sorting out this issue that has you so stressed out, worried, anxious, in fear, whatever it is. There needs to be a balancing first of your nervous system, because you can't think when you're in this state. You can't think properly, you can't think straight, you can't make discerning, informed decisions that are going to help you get out or help you get through or help you deal with or address the issue at hand until you have regulated your nervous system. So some of you, I'm hearing some of you have no idea how to regulate your nervous system, and that is the task. Amidst this intense worry, amidst this stress, your task is to take this as an opportunity to discover this about yourself, okay? Start by researching, looking up different ways of nervous system regulation. And I don't just mean like, if you're having a panic attack, okay, there are immediate things and tools that you can do in the moment to help you through a panic attack. However, if you're just in this state of like intense dysregulation and like just anxiety, and your nervous system, like you're about to have a meltdown or something like that, you need to go to your, what is your safety plan? Okay, so this is actually something that's going to help you individually moving forward. And this is something that I talk about myself, because I am neurodivergent, I'm ADHD and I have autism. So for me, when I'm about to have a meltdown or a shutdown, I have been working on developing my safety plan. The same way that you would with a fire escape emergency plan, it's that same type of thing. Now, I'm not saying that you're definitely neurodivergent, although for some of you that could be like that could be confirmation that this message is for you. But in general, it's helpful for everybody to have a safety plan. So what brings you safety? Okay, this Four of Pentacles. First of all, don't be holding it in. Don't be acting as though everything's fine. Don't be trying to move on from it too quickly without actually addressing this nervous system dysregulation. And really, you really got to be firm and strict with yourself and move away from trying to control the situation. Okay, even if it's like no, like I have to deal with this. Okay, cool, we'll deal with it. But first you need to regulate. That is just the main important message here. That is the main thing. You need to regulate. You must regulate first, because you cannot make important, informed decisions for your safety or whatever it is might not be about safety. Maybe it's a interaction that you're having with somebody, a partner, a family member, something at work. You can't communicate effectively from this dysregulated place. Okay, yeah, we have to gain control of our emotions, and the way that we do that is by focusing on regulating. Okay, so getting to a stable place. So let's brainstorm some ways that can make us feel regulated. Okay, right now, so just being completely transparent, right now, this is what's happening for me. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm about to have a meltdown because of something that is outside of my control. I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling bitter, I'm feeling worried, I'm feeling concerned, okay? And all I want to do is fight against this and solve it now. And I want to bring it up now. It involves another person. I want to address it now. I want to nip it in the bud. That's me trying to control the situation, okay? And it's not ideal for me to be doing that when I'm so close to having a meltdown, okay? When I'm on the verge of having a meltdown. So what was the first thing I did? I thought, okay, I'm going to get my cards out and I'm going to do a collective reading, because I know that this is something that other people are going to be able to learn from, or at least, you know, maybe someone will resonate with this and it might help them in some kind of way. That for me feels regulating already, okay? It's a healthy tool for me. Hang on, I just need to respond to a text message on my computer. Okay, amazing. I've lost my train of thought now. Also be careful of saying things be careful of passive aggressiveness. One second. Okay. There may be also a tendency to, I'm just going to fix my hair while I'm talking. There may be a tendency to microaggressions, or like lash out like subtly, in hopes that, especially if it is involving another person, in hopes of getting your discomfort across, or in hopes of controlling the situation, okay? Especially when being patient is hard. Especially when being patient is hard. We pivot. I would prefer to have my hair tied up, but my hair elastic just broke. So right now, we're going to finish the reading with this crazy ass hair. Okay, it's out of my face, so it's fine. Take a moment. If you're feeling like charged, if you're feeling like you're about to just blow up, like just take a moment. So conflict may be, okay. This isn't me saying this so that it's like, oh no, like, you know, just avoid conflict. I feel like in this specific scenario right now, Spirit's saying avoid conflict. It's not worth it. You can bring this up in another way, and you can bring this up at another time when you have your bearings, I'm hearing. Okay, so some of you're not going to like hearing that, but it's just like, it's safer for you, for your nervous system, to not engage in this way. Okay, you can bring it up another time, or you can bring it up in another way once you are stable and I want to say sane, but like, I don't mean sane, but I feel like some of you guys may be about to crash out and you might be spiraling right now. Yeah. 9 of Swords. Nothing good ever comes from acting out of fear. Okay? Yeah. Choosing to pivot in this moment from acting out of fear, striking up a fight, trying to sort things out right now in this moment whilst you're in this supercharged place. If you decide to, if you separate yourself from this as best you can and go to your safety plan, you can move forward successfully and progression can actually be made. I feel like otherwise, if you engage from this place, and if you already have, that's okay. You still, at any moment, can de-escalate the situation and just say, if it's involving another person, just say, hey, look, I realize that I'm super emotional right now, or I'm super stressed out right now, and I don't think I'm communicating properly or effectively. I think it's probably best if we just postpone this until I've got my bearings. Yes. This is the way. That is the way forward. There's lots of growth, but also you'll have much more confidence. You will feel less combative and you will get through the situation. You will get through to the people it's involving a lot better. But for a lot of you, this is huge shifts. This is huge, a changing of doing things this way. That urge that you feel right now is an urge to cope. Now, up until this point, you have coped. The only way you've known how to cope, the quickest way you've known how to cope and to attempt to reduce this feeling that you can't cope with right now is to try and deal with it head on. Try and solve it. Spirit is saying you can find a way to cope with this emotion, with what you are feeling right now, in a more productive, in a more healthy way that gets you to your end goal and result a lot quicker right in this moment, which is to stop feeling this way. And the way you do that is by acknowledging where you are right now, acknowledging your tendencies, even write them out. I want to do this. This is what's going on. This is how I feel like I want to solve it. And look at it. What will that bring? You hope it will bring. What is it likely to bring? Because there's a lot of the time, there's a very, very slim chance it's actually going to end up the way that you are hoping when it comes to conflict resolution or dealing with this stress or this stressor or this disappointment, whatever it is. So what you can do instead is take ownership of how you are feeling right now and soothe yourself. How are you going to soothe yourself? Okay, for me, it was to start this reading. This reading's coming to a close in a minute. I still have the urge to not start a fight for the sake of starting a fight, but it's more like I have the urge to engage in discourse with this person. And I know it's not, I logically know that's not the way to go about it, especially while I'm in this state, because I'm going to be communicating ineffectively from a place of hurt, fear, worry, and pain. Not a productive place to communicate from. So once I get off this, I'm going to, what can I do? And brainstorm with me. What can you do? What usually brings you comfort in this in moments of, not even in moments of stress, right? What brings you comfort in normal everyday moments for you? It could be putting on one of your favorite streamers' streams, watching an old stream, watching an old movie, watching a comforting movie, watching a childhood movie. It could be watching YouTube. It could be watching something completely. Like, I used to love, when I was deep in my darkest depression, I used to really love those bakery videos on YouTube, and they're 6 hours long, and it's them making all these cakes and stuff. I used to love those, and it just took me out of what I was experiencing. It took me out of the rumination. You could read a book if you're not that far gone and you can still focus and you can still detach. You could, maybe you feel expressive, maybe you could journal, maybe you could write a song, maybe you could write a chapter of a book, maybe you could draw, start a paint, whatever it is that you normally do for fun, even if it doesn't feel good right now, go and try to do something that usually brings you a sense of comfort until and it's not to get rid of the stress or the anxiety or the pain at all. It's just to reduce how heightened you might be feeling, so that you can come back to this. Because right now, I feel like a lot of you might be seeing this when you're like about to spiral, or maybe this is getting you mid crash out. What is your safety plan? Let's get one more card. It's too many. What is your safety plan? And Spirit, what's the last message that you have for this reading, for this collective? This is safety, stability. This is on your path. You're going to get through this, but you need to create and maybe that's what you can do. Maybe you can distract yourself in that way, and de-escalate your emotions that way by creating your safety plan. Journaling, what is my safety plan? What can I do right now? What are all the things that usually make me feel safe? What are all the things I usually enjoy doing that bring me a sense of comfort, safety, stability, enjoyment, whatever it is? Write them all down. Some of them may stand out to you. You might go, oh, you know what? I forgot about that. Let me do this. If nothing is standing out or resonating as being like, oh, yes, that's going to help me feel better right now, then you go down the list, trying each different thing. Something will stick. Best of luck. I love you guys so much. I'm right there with you. We got this, bitch.